Who else was on our short list of candidates for OCs besides Bobo and Riley? Who am I forgetting? Who is like realistically a candidate? Maybe Mangus. Fuck. Gosh darn, I need a new pen. All right, let's try this. All right, let's try this again then. We struck out a couple times, but looks like we got our guy somewhat. I can't get this thing right. There we go. Struggling today. All right. Hopefully that didn't go anywhere. Yo, what's going on? All right, Friday, January 8th, 2021. What is going on? SEC Football Tube. Everybody's in the building. Lance, AJ, what's up? Carolina Titan, Todd Smith, coming from live from Kansas. Phil, what's up, man? Scott, Stamey, Will, what's up? What's up? Yeah, not a whole lot happening over the last 24 hours, right? It's crazy. I was joking about this on social media, but it's dead serious. I literally recorded the podcast around 5 o'clock yesterday. I wake up this morning and I'm like, I feel like the entire thing's outdated. OC gets announced like, I mean, I'm sitting there, dude. I'm sitting there at my house, by the way. I'm sitting here at my house and I'm like, does Shane Beamer feel like I should ever get 5 minutes to hang out and just chill? I mean, he's got to drop the OC on me at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, can I just relax for 5 seconds? I mean, I love it, but God, you know? Then you get the basketball game postponed. No watch party, no basketball game. Entire podcast today is just shot. So here we go. That's I was thinking to myself right before we went live. I was like, you know what? That's why we have the Daily Crow, because we need this. We need this platform. We need this to keep up with everything. Dude, it has been literally, you cannot keep up with the news. That's how much news has dropped over the last 24 hours. But we got our guy. Coach Satterfield coming from the Panthers. You know, I'll go ahead and dive into it because, again, that is the question. You know, somebody's texting 843-790-3377. That is the phone number. If you guys do want to call in, text in. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the OC. And I think most people have no idea. Let's just call it for what it is. I think most people don't know what the hell's going on. They don't even know who Marcus Satterfield is. And I'll be honest, when that name came out, I said, who? Who is Marcus Satterfield? I had no clue who the guy was. I still don't really know a lot about him. But, and I'll dive into my thoughts fully in just a sec. I thought about doing an emergency podcast and releasing it like tomorrow, but I think I'll save it for Monday because I think definitely we're going to get some more coaches by Sunday. There's no question. I think today we might, we might learn. I'll tell you this, though. Satterfield reminds me a lot of Beamer in the sense that he has a lot of good experience and he's learned from a lot of really good coaches, but he is a major unknown. I mean, a major, who knows? You know, again, it's no secret. I'm giving Coach Beamer the benefit of the doubt. I'm on the Shane train. I don't think Shane Beamer would make a hire like this. He wouldn't hire anybody in this role unless he felt like the guy would be an asset to his program. But it's an unknown. I mean, it is. It's a risk. It's a roll of the dice. But, hey, like I said, oh, wow. By the way, Tommy Lasorda passed away. R.I.P. Holy smokes. 93 years old. Damn. R.I.P. a legend. R.I.P. a legend. Tommy Lasorda dead at 93. Jeez. Gosh, 2021 is off to a hot start. Chris, do you think, who got a text on the text line? Chris, do you think Beamer's having trouble getting proven OCs, DCs to come to USC because of him being a first-time head coach? I mean, that might be something to think about for sure, but I can't say for certain. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's just, Satterfield is definitely an unknown. I mean, there's no question. He's an unknown. And again, you can look at it one of two ways. Well, I say there's really only one way to look at it. You look at it, here's the thing. Bobo was a proven commodity and fans hated him. So, and I see the fans complaining about the Satterfield cat, an unproven commodity. It's like, I've just come to the conclusion, guys, that fans don't like any coaches. I don't think fans like any coaches, honestly. I don't think fans like coaches, period. It don't matter who you are. And if you're not named Nick Saban, probably, fans don't like you. Fans don't like you. Fans will not approve of coaches. So, whatever. I mean, it just is what it is. I think that Satterfield could turn out to be a home run hire. And I'll say this too. I will not blame a Gamecock fan for feeling a little underwhelmed when it comes to the OC hire. I won't. Because I feel the same way a little bit. I really was excited when Beamer got the job in the sense of, man, I thought we were going to have this premier all-star staff. We're going to have Garrett Riley. We're going to have even like a Derek Mason and Marcus Satterfield. Listen, again, good experience. He's learned from Matt Rule. He's learned from Joe Brady. I'm not saying the dude won't be a home run hire, but as we sit here today, is it a home run hire? Can't really say that. It's if I had to grade the hire, it's a C+. It's a passing grade, but we don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, Travis Lee. All right, let me. I'm going to talk about this too. Travis Lee says our fan base is toxic, especially on social media. We have to stop this. Travis, South Carolina fans are no different than any other fan base in the entire country. Like, can we stop acting like Carolina fans are like this big bad group of people who are just shitting on everybody and hating on everything? Like, they're not. Like, you need to be careful who you listen to. I know everybody's got their panties in a wad because what some insider told them on a message board. Like, bro, just relax. You know what I mean? Just relax. So just relax. It's okay. Our fan base is doing nothing that every other fan base doesn't do. Like, it's so funny to watch people unravel at the seams because Joe Schmo 42 on Twitter with 17 followers doesn't approve of the OC. Who gives a shit? Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a damn? It's absurd, dude. Carolina fans love to hate on other Carolina fans. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, the fan base is fragile right now. Can you blame them? We went through 4 or 5 years of Muschamp. I don't blame them. But, I mean, again, I'm not saying, you don't have a point in the sense of, like, the people that are just hating on Beamer and these hires just to hate on it. Like, hey, if you want to be critical, totally fine. But, like, give some context to it. But to say that, like, our fan base is, like, the most toxic thing in the world, like, dude, it's college fan bases. Every fan base does the same thing. So, whatever. You know what I mean? Brian Welch, love the OC hires. Fans, we were spoiled from 09 to 13. Fans are now scared to continue losing year after year. Fans have been craving that Spurrier hire since 2015. It's not going to happen in Beamer, we trust. Yeah, I think there's some advantages to going and getting a guy that's really just an unknown. But like I said, I will not blame a Carolina fan for feeling, just call it what it is, a little underwhelmed because I think we all had these, like I said, these dreams and aspirations. And it's kind of like I said, it's kind of like what I said when Bobo was retained, in the sense that it's like that. It's like asking for something. Let's put it this way. It's like asking for AirPods for Christmas, Apple AirPods. And then you go to the tree and you open up the gift and they're AirPods, but they're the gas station brand. It's the same thing, but it doesn't have that same shine and luster on it. That's kind of what I mean. And I'm not trying to say that like Satterfield is a I'm not trying to like make a direct comparison. What I'm saying though is the feeling of it. I can understand Gamecock fans feeling a little underwhelmed, because we all had these dreams and aspirations of Garrett Riley and all that. But with that being said, I would just tell Gamecock fans, and I'm even saying this to myself, is like, is it a home run hire on paper necessarily compared to maybe other guys we were looking at? No, that doesn't mean it can't be a home run hire. Yo, Phil, what's up, man?
Hey, Chris, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm feeling a little underwhelmed, actually. I wish I was overwhelmed, but I'm underwhelmed with the hire.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah.
What does an assistant offensive lineman do other than, my assumption is he writes down Joe Brady's lunch order in Charlotte? Like,
yeah. I don't know. Hopefully absorb everything he can from Joe Brady. No, I was literally just talking about it, man. I'm sure you heard me. It's like I won't knock a Gamecock fan for feeling that way. I really won't. I mean, like I said, I've made it very clear. And this, I want to make this clear too, because I don't know if people realize this. I was the same way with Muschamp. You know what I mean? Because like I said, first things first, I'm a fan. So I'm going to give Beamer the benefit of the doubt, and that, he knows what he's doing. He knows football more than I do. There's no question. I mean, there's no question the guy knows more about football than I do. But again, with that being said, I think when he was hired and you heard him, and especially with like as little money as he's taking and as little money as everybody else is taking, I mean, our minds all went to, we've got cash to just throw around, dude. Like, we got cash to go get a big time guy, a proven successful winning OC in DC. And I'm not saying that Satterfield won't be that, but his track record isn't, it's like I said, if I had to grade the hire, it's a C. It's a C. It's a passing grade, but it could go one way or the other. There's no proof or guarantee that, you know what I'm saying? So I will not blame a Gamecock fan for feeling underwhelmed. Again, what it tells me a little bit even more so, I said the same thing when Bobo was retained, but what it tells me is I think Beamer's going to have a big hand in the offense. Like, I think he's going to have a very big hand in the offense.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
Okay. I was hot last night when I heard this announcement. My old lady, God bless her, had to talk me off of a metaphorical ledge over hiring some guy that nobody knows who he is. 99% of Gamecock fans, unless you're lying, are going to say, I have no idea who this is. So, I'm trusting Shane Beamer, but I'm kind of feeling like I'm a little bit lied to right now when he gets up on stage and wins the press conference and tells us that he's going to assemble an elite coaching staff. I could be wrong, right, and I hope that I am, because that means that we're going to be successful on the field on offense. But I'm a little worried right now. I'm a little skeptical. I've got my eyebrow raised like The Rock. Okay? So he knows football better than you and I do, that's right, for sure. But I felt like there's the expectation and the reality.
Yeah.
And they're very different. And I'm a little peed off right now.
Do you feel, I'll ask you this, I'm curious, do you feel better or worse with Satterfield instead of Bobo? Like, how did you feel with Bobo compared to getting somebody new but unproven?
I mean, before Bobo showed his true snake-like.
Yeah, before that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I felt good about Bobo because we know that he's a proven commodity. Right. Apparently, a lot of people around the coaching ranks really highly approve of what he does offensively. I didn't necessarily want him retained, but I was kind of okay with it. Now I'm just feeling like I don't know what to think. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we were promised an elite coaching staff, and maybe he is.
Right.
But as the assistant offensive line coach at the Panthers and being a head coach in bumfuck Tennessee, I don't know, man. Like, Gus Malzahn sitting there on a stack of money waiting for a call, and so is Tom Herman. Maybe Shane did call him and they didn't want to come, but why aren't these guys coming? Yeah. Why do we have to go? What letter grade was this from Shane Beamer's whiteboard that he was telling us about?
Right.
Was this a C or down the line a D and F? What is going on, man?
Right.
Like, I'm just a little frustrated.
I get it. Dude, I get it. Trust me, I get it. No, I think it's fair. I mean, it's like I said, I'm kind of I'm in wait and see mode. Absolutely, for sure. But yeah, I get it.
I need to have Shane Beamer do a press conference and tell me how great this guy is so I can feel a little bit better about it. But right now I'm a little pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's probably I don't know if he's going to do a press conference, but there will be a press release, I would assume, today for sure. Yeah, I think they're gonna roll him out today. I mean, I would fully expect it. So, No, man. I mean, listen. I think all of your feelings are justified and extremely fair. So, but.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a Gamecock fan for life. It's just a little frustrating right now. Again, the expectation and reality seems a bit different, so that's my problem. But I hope he is very successful. Tell you what, if he makes this offense look amazing, I'll send him some Appalachian moonshine in the mail. How about
it? Send me some while you're at it. I think we could all use a drink at this point.
All right, partner.
Yeah, appreciate you, Phil. Thanks so much. Go Cox. Yeah. Pleasure as always. Yeah, 843-790-3377, guys. I apologize. I know a bunch of you called in while Phil was on there. I wish I had the technology to like put people on hold and go to the calls, but right now we're doing it straight from the phone. So I saw Josh Blue, my guy, called in. Josh, you want to call back in? I would love to get your perspective on everything. Obviously, former Gamecock, former player. We got a couple texts as well. Let's see. Somebody said, do you think we're hiring a quarterback coach? Yeah, I think so. Listen, I don't think Connor Shaw wants to be an on-field assistant. I really don't. Chris, do you know what Coach Marcus's tempo style is with his offense? I don't know much about him. I think South Gunn is going to want to be spread up tempo modern. I think that's what he's going to be. Justin. A lot of shotgun. Hey, Justin, what's up, man?
Not much. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, Chris. I'm very upset right now.
You're upset with the hire?
Well, Chris, it's tough. It's tough being a Gamecock fan, man. It's not. We lose the coaches in and out. We have people transfer in and out. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get fans being a little bit. I would let me say this. I would say this. Let's give it a chance to play out on the field. Let's just give it a chance. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I get raising I'm the same way, bro. I get raising an eyebrow and being a bit frustrated and being like, this is not what I thought was gonna happen. But it's literally January. The guy hasn't coached a game. So let's just let's let it play. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying don't be a little bit upset and frustrated and all that. And I mean, again, I think it's funny. I think people almost expect me to be the guy that's ripping the hire and act because of, what happened with the last, with the last regime and all that. But like, I'm telling you, like, I'm just a big believer, man, innocent till proven guilty. Like, I'm going to give this guy a chance. Like I said, I think it's fair to raise an eyebrow and feel a little let down, but let's just see it play. Let's see it play out. The guys learned from Matt Rule. He's learned from Joe Brady. Shane Beamer's coming from Oklahoma. There's a lot of good offensive experience in that room. And let me just say something too real quick. Again, I got a buddy works personnel at UGA. I've talked to him. We talked about the Bobo thing, and we talked about just offensive play calling in college football. You know what he said? Calling plays ain't that hard, bro. It's really not. You know how you call plays in college football? You get the ball to your playmaker. That's South Carolina's biggest problem offensively. It ain't the play calling. We got to go get some ball players. So I'm just saying, like, again, I understand feeling underwhelmed. I totally get it. But I would challenge Carolina fans, like, being pissed off just to be pissed off. Like, again, I understand being underwhelmed, but, like, let's see it on the field. Like, I'm at least, if nothing else, I mean, listen, it's going to be a huge storyline. It's going to be a major question mark. I'm grading the hire accordingly, probably giving it a C. It could go one. It could be a massive failure, but it could be a success. So I'm going to let it play out on the field first before I say, oh, this was a terrible hire, or even say this was a great hire. I'm kind of like, okay, Beamer, I'm behind you. I'm behind you. Let's see what happens. That's kind of the way I'm feeling about it.
Yeah, hey Chris, I got something to say, man.
Yeah,
hey, Chris, like I said, I'll hold a look back in 5 years and say, well, he's not our guy. And let's play champions our guy. But if he's not, Chris, let's hope Coach Cal stay around next 4 or 5 years.
Well, man, you know what the beauty of that is? If we look back in 5 years and he's not our guy, we can just go hire another coach. I mean, it's just like, you know what? And I'll tell you this too, man. Yeah. This is why I was so adamant about rolling the dice, is because, you know what? I'm just going to say it like it is. We don't have a winning tradition at Carolina. So you know what? If we go through another 5 years and it's mediocrity, is it really any different than the last 100+ years of our program? So I'd rather take a chance, because you never know. So if we got to get a new coach after 4 or 5 years, we just got to get a new coach. Is what it is. We'll address it when we get there.
Okay.
But you know,
Well, yeah, hey, Chris, like you say, like, what about Wade Taylor? I mean, you go ahead and place him too if he'll get this work.
yeah, I think Tanner should step down over the next couple. Yeah, I love Coach. I love Coach Tanner, but yeah, there needs to be some fresh blood at the AD spot. But that's a whole nother conversation. Hey, man, I appreciate the call though, as always. Appreciate you calling in.
Thanks, man. Hey,
All
Chris,
right, take care.
can you make a t-shirt? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris, can you make a t-shirt about Fire Wade Tail like you did with Muschamp?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Dude, I got a lot of love for Tanner, man. So I don't know. Maybe, though. You never know. Just stay tuned. You never know. It might happen. Might happen.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Take care, Chris.
Thanks, brother. Good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. Let's see. Text line going crazy. People don't realize Satterfield was set to become are you saying OC? It says OB coach. I'm assuming you meant OC coach in Carolina under Joe Brady. So clearly it's someone Joe Brady liked. There's no way a multi-million-dollar deal was worked out in a day. Beamer knew exactly what Sling Blade and Friend were doing. Yeah, I'd agree. No, I agree 100%. Hey, yo, man, what's going on? How are you?
What's going on, Chris?
Just hanging out, man. Having a Friday. How you doing?
Oh, hanging in there, riding down the road. Listened to the podcast this morning. Loved it. Made some great points.
Yeah, I made the joke earlier, but man, it's with all the news dropping. I woke up this morning. I was like, God, the entire podcast is outdated. We don't have a basketball game anymore. We got an OC now. Like it's just that's the world of sports, though, man. It happens so quick. So I guess I should have waited till 2 a.m. to record the podcast last night, but unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I just want to say everybody needs to chill out a little bit with Beamer hiring Satterfield. I think it's a home run hire. I trust completely because the simple fact that Bobo left when he did, and in the same day he hired an offensive coordinator who also has O-line coaching experience in the NFL. He's not a big name. What people need to think is Matt Rule, he was on his staff in college.
Mm-hmm.
And his first year as a head coach in the NFL, he trusted this man enough to take him from college and bring him on that staff for his first year.
Mm-hmm.
That right there says by itself, he must be a hell of a coach from trust him for his first year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, like I said, I relate Satterfield a lot to Beamer in the sense, and I know it's kind of different because, Satterfield's actually been an OC before, whereas, Beamer's never been a head coach, but I relate them just in the sense that like both of the guys have really, really good experience and have learned from some of the best, and both are, a little bit of unproven commodities, which is fine, but it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean one way or the other. It's just, that's just kind of the fact of the matter. So we're going to be learning a lot about both these guys, I guess.
That's right. And I mean, Beamer said in his opening press conference, he wanted people on his staff and his players that truly wanted to be at Carolina.
Yep.
So if you got coaches that are entertaining job offers from somebody else, that shows right there they're not 100% committed to the university. So I could see Beamer wouldn't want them in that case. And if a man's leaving an NFL job to come to Carolina, even if he's an assistant, to leave the NFL to come back to a college job shows that you're going somewhere where you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I agree. And again, Perry Orth made the point that kind of you're making a month or so ago, just about you can honestly do so much more with less, even when you have a bunch of people on your staff and on your team that truly want to be at the place and buy in. And again, if Satterfield, which again, you'd assume he is, since he just got hired, that he's a guy that wants to be in Columbia and he wants to build something here. And that's saying a lot more than the other guy who just left for Auburn. Right. So, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The DC job, I think the reason we haven't had a hire is I will not be surprised at all if it's not somebody that's on staff that's in the national championship game, because all the coaches he's brought in so far, they were from outside places. He waited until their season was completely over before he brought them in. And he doesn't seem to be panicking, so I feel like he has a guy. It's just he's waiting for their time to be over before he signs them.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. No, that would make sense. I mean, I know they interviewed Arnett and everything, but man, I'm not even gonna try to predict, man. I don't have a clue. So, I mean, nobody really knows at this point. You know what I mean? So.
That's right. I mean, all in all, the hell with Auburn.
Yeah. Hopefully we give them. Hopefully we give them that ass cutting again this fall. That would make up for all of it. So.
That's right. But I appreciate you taking my call, man, and I look forward to talking with you again.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Call in anytime.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Guys, again, I apologize. I'm missing some of your calls. If you guys want to call in, 843-790-3377. Somebody texted in, we've had playmakers in the past few years. Last regime was just terrible with player development. I think this staff will do better. I agree. What about the baggage he brings with discrimination, harassment issues in the past? How will these allegations impact recruiting? I haven't seen those. I mean, I don't think Shane Beamer would have hired a guy if those types of issues would have been an issue. I don't see it. So again, guys, 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, calls, comments, all that good stuff. The comments are literally coming in faster then I can keep up with them, which that's a great problem to have. Let's see. Somebody also, let's see. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this really quick because I know this is something that people are like losing their shit over on social media. I see it. Somebody texted this in. Well, let's jump to the phone lines first, and I'll talk about it. Yo, Chad, what's up, man?
Hey, so a couple things. I don't know if you touched on this.
Yeah.
Will Friend, he is in the heart of the Tennessee investigation.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors is a big alumni of Tennessee and said he's in the heart. So I don't think it's a bad thing he's gone. Second, Satterfield, I mean, look wherever he's been. I mean, he's had some successful offensive recruiting coordinator, was taken to Charlotte. I don't think this is a bad hire.
Right.
I believe that we're going to run Oklahoma's playbook mostly as well. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, the Friend thing, yeah, I have, like, I'm not sad he's gone. I mean, I was, again, I'm not the guy to get worked up over an offensive line coach, and especially like you just said, I mean, we've seen the stuff with Tennessee happening. It looks like Georgia might get involved. I mean, it's crazy what's going on, but no, yeah, definitely if he's got that baggage, which it seems like he does, again, I whatever, best of luck to the guy. I don't even really care. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you, and I've been saying that kind of since the beginning. I think that you're combining the heads of two guys in Beamer that's coming from Oklahoma in that system, and Satterfield, who's been at, with Matt Rule. He's been at Baylor. He's been in with Joe Brady. Like, I think you're going to like the end result of those two guys putting their heads together. Again, it just says to me that I think Shane Beamer is going to have a pretty big hand, or pretty, he's going to be pretty involved in the offensive game plan, if you will. But yeah, I think South Carolina, definitely is going to bring that Oklahoma style with them. I think they're going to want that run, like I said, that spread up tempo. Yeah, they're going to want to run the football for sure. Use your weapons. You got your running backs, whatever. But no, I think it's going to be a much more forward-thinking type of offense, which, I think Gamecock fans should be excited for overall. So I totally agree with you. And like I said, I just made the point earlier, like I will not blame a Gamecock fan for feeling – a little underwhelmed. But with that being said, like, I don't think people should be freaking out and saying, oh, it's a terrible hire. We don't know. That's the fact of the matter. We just don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know I don't know anybody that knows really a whole lot about this Satterfield character. I mean, you see his resume and everything, but, he's not a proven commodity. He's a lot like Beamer. And I think, again, that can be a good thing because, you come into the SEC, none of these other defensive coordinators know who he is either. So, I mean, we'll kind of see. We're all going to be sitting there seeing what happens. But overall,
my question to you is this,
yeah.
and as when you look at our roster, we were depleted at wide receiver, but we had the talent to win more games. Was that a lot of Muschamp coaching from behind, worried about his job, trying to be conservative on the offense? How much is that because of the wide receivers we had out and the receivers? Do we have receivers you believe that can step up? And I'm not saying be the Debo. We don't need a Debo. Right. We need 3 or 4 receivers that can combine what Debo did for us, I think.
Yeah, well, I think player development was an issue, and that kind of falls on Justin Stepp. And you think of the upgrade at the wide receiver coach position. We had Joe Cox coaching wide receivers. Guy didn't play wide receiver; he was a quarterback. I mean, it's just
people don't realize that Arkansas had 4 4-star recruits more than any team in the country last year.
Yeah.
They brought in.
Yeah. So, I mean,
You don't see that.
Yeah, to answer your question, though, I mean, I think player development was an issue with the last staff. And yes, like I want to believe that there are guys on the roster, especially at the wide receiver position, that will be able to, like you said, they're not going to be a Debo, that we'll at least be able to get more out of. Like, I think out of that group that came in last year of Rico Powers, Jakari Caldwell, Mike Wyman, like, I'd like to think at least one of those guys could become a contributor. Maybe can you get something out of Josh Vann? Can you get something out of Ortre Smith? Does Xavier Legette take the next step? I thought he was going to be a big-time player this past year. For whatever reason, didn't happen. I mean, there's obviously talent, man. You look at their recruiting profiles and the type of players they were in high school, and, like, they didn't get to the SEC on accident. Like, they obviously have some talent. So will this staff be able to develop and get the most out of them? And, again, I think that's why you hired them. That's the whole point. So, again, there's no Brian Edwards or Debo, at least as we know right now. There's no
Debo.
Debo.
Not a bad thing. If you notice,
Right.
Every time we've had them, we focus just on that player in the wide receiver spot. We threw
Right.
to them every time. Does it not help having open? And our next question would be, what's going to happen with Stockton? Do you think he's more committed to Bobo than he is South Carolina? And then my third would be you saw what Marshawn Lloyd posted. I love seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, I'm with you. I'm here for you. That is big
Mhm.
coming from a guy like him. And, our running back stable might be the best we've ever had the next couple years with Harris and Lloyd. If Lloyd pans out to be what he's supposed to be. I don't think we've ever had two explosive and two backs like that ever at one time, have we?
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, you think of the last real 1-2 punch we had. I mean, there was Lattimore and Mike Davis. I think of the OG Mike Davis and Corey Boyd. Yeah, I mean, and you could go back further than that, obviously. Those are just the two that kind of jump out to me. But, no, yeah, I think Gamecock fans, we should be very excited about the future of the running back position. Obviously, the Marshawn Lloyd stuff, you love seeing that. I heard a few weeks ago that he wasn't going anywhere, and obviously you see a tweet like that, though, and it definitely makes you feel good. I think Stockton, man, I think Stockton's committed here because of Connor Shaw. Like, I understand the Bobo Connect, and the guy's like a Georgia coaching legend, quote unquote, because he was at Georgia so long. But the kid grew up a Carolina fan because Connor Shaw. I mean, he wears 14 because of Connor Shaw. So, unless Connor Shaw gets out, which it's not going to happen, he's going to be at Carolina. I think you've got a really, really, really good opportunity to land the kid. Like, I just – because I think you're letting Shaw recruit him, basically. Be like, hey, man, I know we switched coaches, but everything you committed to South Carolina for is still here. I mean, and the kid grew up a Gamecock fan.
You look at his offensive style. I mean, he's a lot like Beamer probably wants to run. I mean, he's got wheels. He can throw the ball. He's smart. I don't think Bobo is the type of QB coach or coordinator that would run the style of offense he plays. I could be wrong on that.
No, yeah. No, I agree. I think you're going to see again. I think Beamer and Satterfield both understand the type of offense you have to run in this day and age of college football. I mean, you got to score 40 a game. I mean, they all, I think it was Dan. I know we don't like Dan Mullen, but I think it was Dan Mullen that said it. That offenses are just too good. I mean, it's not. You can't win with defense anymore. You got to score 40 a game to win football games. I'm not saying defense isn't important, obviously, because it is, but you got to be able to score. And how do you do that? Well, you need an athletic quarterback, bottom line. So, and that's why I said on social media this morning, I don't think Ryan Helinski comes back. I think it's 0% chance. I just don't see it because I don't give a damn who the OC is. I don't think he fits into the system we're going to run. Now, who knows? Who knows what happens? I mean, I'm not trying to open Pandora's box there, but I'm just saying that, like, yeah, I think, to your point, Stockton definitely fits what Beamer and company are going to want to do offensively. So I honestly, man,
this is hurt Bobo recruiting. How much does it hurt him doing this? I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like him to stay, but how much does it hurt him recruiting in Auburn? The fact that he signed a new contract and he just bolts on us like
well,
that.
I definitely think it makes him. I definitely think it makes it tougher on him to go into a kid's living room and talk about loyalty and commitment and honoring your word and being a man of honor and all that. So, listen, whatever. He did what he did. I'm whatever. To each their own. See you later, Bobo. Whatever. I don't even care about the guy anymore. So we're moving on. We're moving on. Is what it is.
Yep. Have a good day.
So appreciate you, man. Thanks for the call. Yep. 843-790-3377. All right. Let me get to this point because a lot of Gunnar Stockton talk. And I think one of the reasons there's a lot of Gunnar Stockton talk is because somebody texted in. Per JC Sherbert of the Big Spur, people need to quit complaining unless they want to lose guys like Gunnar Stockton. Trust in Coach Beamer. The guys has been working towards this his whole life. I'm sure he has plans for everything. Guys, we're going to be okay. All right? We're going to be okay. Gunnar Stockton is not going to decommit. We're going to be fine. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to be fine. Please don't let a post on a message board put you in a fret that because of some tweets from Joe Blow 84 with 7 followers that we're going to lose our 5-star quarterback commit. So I don't see that. I don't see that. And I'll say I'm torn on it because I don't question the power of social media in the sense that, like, you know, look at the Spurs Up show. Look at me. I was able to build this business off of social media. But for people to think that a kid is going to choose a school because of what, you know, somebody says on Twitter, I don't buy it. I really don't.
Colby.
Yo, Colby, what's up, man?
Yo, what's going on?
Just hanging out, brother. Hanging out. Appreciate it.
Oh man. All right, so here's a unique take on this coaching thing that I don't think really many people have thought about.
Mm-hmm.
So Beamer has openly talked about how many people have contacted him wanting jobs, right?
Right.
Like there's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, within 24 hours, name another OC. It just shows you how many people there really truly are, and that he was not lying. As soon as the next guy was gone, he was like, all right, well, this guy over here is the exact same. Let's go get him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can literally make it happen in a split second.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
I think there was probably a lot of interest. I mean, yeah, I really think there was a lot of interest for sure. So
when there is that much interest and you see this guy emerge, it almost makes you wonder, all right, so what did he see? Because we don't know exactly who was out there or anything, but you're assuming there's a lot of grade A guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he picks this guy. And then you can say the same when we get to DC. What did he see?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the same with Ray Tanner about Shane Beamer. It's like, what did he see?
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to see what he saw in Shane Beamer already. His connections, him getting defensive commits left and right with no coach.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it's kind of making sense. I mean, he's taking a little while, but he's making some noise. He goes and gets stepped.
Mm-hmm.
Doing fantastic work in state already. I mean, these guys get paid the bucks, like you say. There's a lot of people, and he picked this dude for a reason, even after Bobo leaves. There's got to be a reason. There's a rhyme. There's a method to the madness, you said in yesterday's episode, but man, I'm going to blame you for the Bobo thing. You jinxed it hard yesterday in the episode.
Hold on, which part of it?
I'm just messing, but he wants to raise his family here.
Oh,
there's no way.
Hey, I'm not the one that said that. He did. I mean, I'm just reiterating what the guy said. I mean, dude, honestly, if Bobo, which he obviously is the kind of guy that, you know, can shake a man's hand and look him in the eye and tell him he's going to be around and then dip 5 days later for a check, I'm glad he's gone, personally. If that's the type of character he has. And again, whatever. Hey, if it was my buddy, if I had no ties to it, right? If I had no ties to any of this and it was just my buddy and he's like, hey, man, I can go take $2 million, I'd be like, take it. But then you start to add context, and again, it's just being a man of honor and commitment. And, you know, it wouldn't have been quite as bad if he didn't give all that lip service at the end of the season, basically calling out players that were opting out and doing, you know, whatever, transferring, calling out players across college football, not just at Carolina, calling players out who were opting. It wouldn't have been nearly as bad. But then it's like, bro, you're literally doing that. That's literally what you're doing. So yeah. But as far as okay. This was the point I was going to make. This would be my point. All right. Again, I have no problems with fans raising an eyebrow, being skeptical. But did you like the Beamer hire? Yes or no? Most people are going to say yes. If you liked the Beamer hire, you got to trust Beamer's decision-making. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not saying you can't be skeptical of it. You can't raise an eyebrow because, hey, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm behind you. We'll see what happens. I'm behind you. But if you trust in Beamer, that was kind of my thing too with like the people that loved the hiring of Mike Bobo last year. And then they got pissed off when he named Colin Hill to start. I was like, no. If you like Bobo, you got to trust him. You got to trust him. So when he makes a decision like that, this is your guy. You got to trust his process. You got to trust his decision making. Same thing goes with Beamer, bro. I feel like I would be hypocritical to say how much I loved the Beamer hire and then rip him to shreds and rip the new coach to shreds. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of got to trust his decision making. I know it's an unknown. I know it's not Garrett Riley. I know it's not maybe what some fans were hoping or envisioning, but you got to trust the guy. Like you said, if you like Beamer and you love the hire and you trust in him, you got to trust that, like you said, he sat down with this dude and he saw something that he thought, again, the thing I love about Beamer, you know for a fact he genuinely cares about the University of South Carolina. He's not just here for a check. And so what that tells me is like he's only going to hire people into this program that he believes are going to be an asset. Now, if they turn out to not be great hires, so be it. But I don't, you know what? At least with Beamer, we know he's not pulling the Muschamp card and playing buddy ball. He's not just going through his Rolodex and, hey, who did I previously coach with that needs a job? Because that's what it really felt like with Muschamp. Roper, promoting McClendon from within, hiring Bobo. Every hire was so typical. It was just so like, you know, Muschamp never learned from his mistakes. And again, we could just go off on a rant about it. But like, at least with Beamer, you don't have that. Like, this is a dude that he didn't have to hire Satterfield. There's no, like, I know that I think they were like GAs at Tennessee or something, but it's not buddy ball, bro. It's not like they've coached for 10 years together. You know what I mean? Like, what was that, 10 years ago they were GAs? You think that's going to be his only reason he hires a guy? Absolutely not. So, again, you got to trust in Beamer. Again, I've made it very clear. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, whatever. And we'll see how it plays out this fall. But again, I won't knock a Gamecock fan for feeling like, you know, a little bit underwhelmed or, you know, raising an eyebrow, being a little skeptical. I'm just in like, okay, Beamer, I'm behind you. Now show me. Go score some points. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who your OC is if you want to know my honest opinion. I've said it when the quarterback thing happened. I don't care who the quarterback is, the OC is. I don't care who the head coach is personally. Just go win. So, and if you don't win, you know what'll happen. It's a results-oriented business. You don't score points, we know what'll happen. It's a results-oriented business. Like I said, though, I think the bigger problem is the Gamecocks need to get some playmakers. That's really the number one problem. Because, like I said, I don't think play calling is like, it's not rocket science. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, there's not a separation between a great play caller and a very average one, but you're not at the level those guys are at if you're just a complete idiot. I'm sorry. You're just not. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like when, I don't know if you're a baseball guy, but like when people watch baseball and they watch a guy. Are you a Braves fan by chance? I know that's random.
A little bit. I'm more of a Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, anyway, I just think the name that comes to mind is like a guy like Luke Jackson. Or they watch anybody and they're like, man, that guy sucks. That guy sucks, man. And I'm like, you're like, no, that guy does not suck. Let me just make one thing clear. He does not suck. He throws 98 miles an hour. Now, in comparison to his competition, he might not be very good, but you don't get to that level if you suck. You know what I mean? It's like people talk about like the NBA. The worst player on an NBA roster could go out on a pickup game right now and score 50 easily. Like, so like these coaches at this level, they're not there by accident. They don't suck. Even Muschamp, as much shit as I gave him, granted, he's not fit to be a head coach, but the guy knows football. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't be at the SEC level if he didn't know the game. Now, he had other issues, but you see what I'm saying? So let's let it play out. Let's see what happens. Again, I'm not saying that Carolina fans can't be skeptical because the guy is very much an unknown, unproven commodity, but, you know, it could be a terrible hire, but it could be a great hire. Just keep that in mind. It could be a great hire. So, you know.
I will say two things. Number one, unpopular opinion. I miss Brandon McElwain, the baseball, football star. I wish he'd never left. And then Ryan Helinski, I don't know if he'll return now that Bobo's gone because apparently people really just disliked him. Mm-hmm. And the third thing, what is your opinion on this Canadian pickup for basketball, the 7-foot monster?
Dude, I mean, if we can ever get back on the floor again from COVID, I think it's a great pickup. It's just I'm super bummed that the game got postponed tomorrow, obviously, but no, yeah, I mean, great pickup. You need size, and especially with this team that already has really, really, really good guard play. And I mean, I already like what Levesque and McCreary are doing down low, but hey, if any good pieces you can add, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. So, and it's great that he's immediately eligible.
Just to give them a break and say, hey, big man, I know you don't know the plays much, but just go out there and throw your arms up. If you rebounded on our side, throw it back up. On the other side, just
go be a physical. Just go be a physical specimen that you are. That's all we need.
Hey, that's how Chris Silva started, and look what happened.
That's it.
That's all he did.
That's it. That's it.
Be tough.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, brother. Call in anytime. Obviously, have a great weekend, and like I said, we'll see what happens from here forward. I think it's going to be an interesting weekend. I don't think this coaching stuff's done yet for sure. So.
Oh, I know. After that Beamer tweet last night, I'm real intrigued for the day.
Yeah.
Keep my phone charged for that one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, I'll probably call in tomorrow. Good talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
All right, yes, sir.
Thanks. Bye. Good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. 843-790-3377. Again, I apologize missing the comments. We've been getting calls this entire time, phone ringing off the hook. Rodney Creel, by the way, texted in, said that, let's see. Why is the text? There it is. Rodney Creel, you can already see the culture starting to shift under Beamer. Look at the support shown by his players to stay on Twitter and the Debo Williams kids commit and coming to win championships and not personal accolades. Rodney, I agree with you. Sven Webster, no. Beamer has not made an announcement yet. All right, TL Ford SC. I'll tell you something, man. I see you on Twitter all the time. I see you in the comments all the time. And I know everybody that's in here can't see TL Ford's comments because he is on Twitter commenting on Periscope, and I don't think you guys can see all the comments. But TL Ford, I'll tell you this, man. I'll make it easy for you. You hate the Beamer hire. You hate the OC hire. You're going to hate the DC hire. Just don't watch this year. Just take a vacation. Just take a vacation from August to December. I'll let you know how it goes after the season's over, but just spare yourself the heartache. Don't watch the games. Delete your Twitter. And, I mean, we'll be fine. Again, I don't give a damn what fans say on social media, and I'm the most critical and, you guys know. But TL Ford, just save yourself the heartache. Don't even watch the games. Just why? Why not? I mean, you already know we suck. So, what's the point? USC Insider, Cam Smith said on his story, bro, are you serious about your post on IG? Wait, which one? Which one did he say that about? Oh, he did. Well, I mean, I was actually dead ass serious. So I'm not saying players get them out. I don't know if he took it that way, but whatever. No, I'm not going to – no. Listen, I'm not going to block TL Ford. I'm just trying to give some constructive advice. Like, if it's that miserable for you, just don't watch. I don't know. I mean, shit. Just don't watch. Braden Tripp jinxed the Derek Mason hire by saying the 95% chance we land him. I don't know. Tristan, what did you comment? It's got people freaking out. Oh, Kendall just said we hired Florida's Grantham as DC. No, we did not. Shut the hell up. TL Ford, I'm being real. But being real is this. We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know. So, again, Sean Tucker says, oh, shit. Drop my phone. Sean Tucker says, can you tell the negative fans to kick rocks? Recruits pay attention to fans' comments. Bro, I have no problem with fans, again, like I said, being critical. But there's got to be context, right? There's got to be context. If you want to be, don't be negative just to be negative. TL Ford, there's not a good sample. Beamer's never even been a head coach. Satterfield, I mean, what, let me ask you this. What negative experience does TL Ford have? That's what I'd like to know. What negative experience does TL Ford? All right, I can say TL. What negative experience does Satterfield have? What negative experience does Beamer have? There are questions for sure. Listen, there's pros and cons to everything in life, not just these coaches. So, I'm not trying to be the sunshine pumper. I do not think I would ever fit the bill of that. I'm being very honest. Like, I'm being very, very honest. It's just a wait and see type of thing. It's just a wait and see type of thing, man. So let it play out. Let it play out. That's all I'm saying. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, 2 days in a row, we're over 200 people. Over 200 people on this thing. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So check out the podcast. It dropped this morning. Episode 355. I know it's a little bit outdated, but if you still want to tune in, I talked about everything that happened yesterday with the Bobo friend, Kitchings, Rocker, all those rumors and everything happening with the Auburn stuff. And I did break down the Ole Miss game. If you just want to know what that had been like, obviously we're not playing anymore. So, it is what it is, whatever. So. So many people, and I don't know why they're sending it to me directly. So many people. Again, I can't get around it because everybody is sending it. So everybody, I feel like, knows what's going on. Again, the comments today, or maybe it was this morning, it was last night, from the message boards of, hey, if you care about recruiting and you care about Gunnar Stockton being committed, if you care about Gunnar Stockton being committed, don't say anything bad or negative or what. I'm not disagreeing in the sense, like, don't just be negative to be negative. Like I said, if you want to be critical, have some context. But guys, do people really think that recruits are choosing schools because, again, of what somebody on Twitter said? You have to be joking. You're kidding me, right? And honestly, if a recruit is picking a school or not picking a school because of what, like I said, freaking Alex Jones 84 said, that has 100 followers on Twitter, if that's the decision, that kid is too fragile to play in this league anyways. It's going to get much more rough. What happens when you get on campus and you're playing quarterback and you throw 3 picks in your first game and the entire media is ripping you? It's going to get way worse than that. So, like I'm not saying the point is totally invalid, but to send the entire Gamecock fan base into a frenzy that, Twitter is controlling who South Carolina gets in their recruiting class is like the wildest shit I've ever heard. So, again, I would tell fans, hey, if you want to be critical of the hires and be my guest, give some context. The banter is what makes this thing great. But to send Gamecock Nation into a frenzy because they feel oh, hey, if you say one negative thing, we're going to loot. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. And J-Rock Media says it can reflect badly on the fan base and the player doesn't want to play for what seems like a negative fan base. Okay, every college fan base reacts the way South Carolina fans do. Can you name me one fan base, especially a fan base of a team that's not winning, that is like sunshine and rainbows? Name me one, I'll wait. I'm not saying there aren't some valid points in the sense that, you don't want to be tweeting at recruits and talking shit to them. I don't think anybody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. But, bro, just envision that. Gunnar Stockton sitting at home right now, tuned into the Daily Crow, or he's scrolling through Twitter, looking for what these Twitter eggs are saying about the program. What? Dude, what? Give me a break. And he's like, let me go see which fan base has the most positive fans. That's where I'll go. What? Is that a joke? Jesus Christ. And again, like I said, bro, if that was the reason, yeah, and of course, Phoenix Wilson, don't attack the kids. That's a given. No, but I don't think anybody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. But I'm just saying, bro, it don't matter who the recruit is. If a recruit picked a school because of Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or social media in general, bro, he is not mentally tough enough to play in this league. Bottom line, because it's going to get way worse. Like it's going to get way worse than a guy like TL Ford sliding in Coach Beamer's mentions and telling him how bad of a coach he is. And TL Ford, I'm just picking on you, by the way. But I'm just saying anybody. It's going to get way more, much tougher for you. So, yeah, I just find it funny because, like, I'm seeing fans, like, freaking out, like, don't say one bad thing. Oh, my God, don't do it. It's like, bro, what? Yeah, we're sorry, Gunner. Like, what do we do? We didn't do anything. Like, like, it's normal banter back and forth. Like, I mean, to make fans feel like that they're, you know what? You're responsible for this shit. You're responsible for it. I remember when people used to tell me, they were like, Chris, you're a joke. You're a clown. Your show sucks. Your brand sucks. Your business sucks. But you're the reason we're losing all these games. You're negative. I'm like, so which one is it? Am I a joke or do I literally control the program? It's like absurd, bro. I just think it's funny. Again, I'm not saying like, oh, just go be negative away. Like, what I would say to fans is, if you want to be critical, have some basis. We can have banter back and forth. I think banter is very productive because it gives us both the opportunity to learn from each other, and I get to hear your perspective. You get to hear my perspective. Maybe I learned things from you I didn't know, and you learned things from me you didn't know. And we have that banter, and we come to an agreement or whatever it may be, we whatever it is. But again, just to be negative, I would say no to that. But like to think to make Carolina fans feel like, oh my God, if you say one negative thing, hey, he's making a list and he's checking it twice. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break, dude. Really? Really? So, wow. I just think it's funny, personally. Thomas Walker, the only thing we know is that we know nothing. Thomas Walker with a comment of the day. That's really, honestly, that's it. So, William Shue, it's the Dr. Pepper commercial. We fans control the game. Like I said, that was the funniest thing for me. It's just like, yo, he's a joke. He doesn't mean anything. But hey, his negative attitude, that's why Muschamp didn't succeed here. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm not the one out there playing the game. It's just funny, man. I laugh it off. It's all in good fun. It really is. It's all in good fun. So, Savannah Webster, you jinxer. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Blame me. Blame me for it. Yeah. I mean, I just say, imagine thinking that players choose a school based on what fans say on Twitter. Like that's laugh out loud funny to me. That really is. That really is. Scott Crane, we're not hiring Todd Grantham. Don't put that evil on me. Don't put that evil on me. Not put that evil on me. Again, guys, questions, comments. We have just about a minute and a half left. Chad, how excited are you for Gamecock baseball? Very excited. Very, very excited. J-Rock Media, I saw Savelle's tweet. I hope they get Savelle involved. I really do. Yeah, John Gibbs, every fan base does it. Yeah, it's a given. Yeah, for sure. Billy Prince, too. I know one thing I would leave all my secrets of Beamer. Dude has a lid on everything. Dude, I'll be honest with you. We've got no basketball game tomorrow now. But damn, I almost feel like we should go live tomorrow. I don't know. I probably won't, but so much going on. So much going on. Obviously, we'll be talking. You guys stay tuned on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You guys know the drill. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, great show today. Great shows this week, man. Had a fantastic week. Check out the podcast if you haven't. I know, again, it's a bit outdated, whatever. Go check out the podcast. Be sure to follow along on social media, though, man. I think it's going to be a crazy day. I think it's going to be a very, very crazy day. Rodney Creel, let's all jump on Twitter and say mean things about Grantham, and he won't come here. Use our power for good. That, my friend, is funny. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Great week. Thank you for making the Daily Crow a huge success. Like I said, no basketball game tomorrow, unfortunately, but we'll get after it, the Daily Crow and the podcast on Monday. And, of course, though, I'll be all over social media reacting to all the news that's happening because I expect a couple more coaches to come down today, tomorrow, Sunday. It's going to be a busy weekend, but we love it. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll talk soon. Thanks.